Global business news from the boardroom or grassroots. Aaron Hesselhurst cuts through the jargon to add colour, depth and context. With live reaction from Wall Street and Asia, studio interviews with top CEOs and the latest innovations in technology. Talking business on BBC World News.
That is the bell ringing on Wall Street. It means the US markets are open. It also means we're live around the world and it's time for the money news that matters. Hello, I'm Ben Bland and this is Talking Business. Come with me, let's take a look at the headlines. Our top story, a crash too many for cryptocurrencies. Volatile Bitcoin and its rivals have slumped again. This comes as EU finance ministers meet to consider regulation. And we're going to hear from one expert who thinks there should be more regulation to help cryptocurrencies make the leap to mainstream investing and rid them of bad actors. Investors are braced also for the latest salvo of US tariffs against China. President Trump plans to impose import duties on another $200 billion worth of Chinese goods. Is Japan in his sights next? It's having a negative effect on the markets. That's the picture across Europe right now. We'll keep an eye on those. And you'll probably remember dancing to this. Well, it wasn't a one-off. Worldwide sales of K-pop are at record levels to the tune of almost $5 billion. We'll consider how a South Korean genre has now gone global. That's all to come on this edition of Talking Business. Hello and a very warm welcome. It's good to have you with us wherever in the world you are. So, a new crash for volatile cryptocurrencies. Will they ever make it into the investment mainstream? Is now, in fact, a good time to buy? Well, Bitcoin is at a 9-month low. The trigger for the sell-off, reports since denied as false that Goldman Sachs had scrapped its plans to open a cryptocurrency trading desk. And there's the prospect of new regulation, with European Union finance ministers meeting in Vienna today to consider adopting common rules on cryptocurrencies and greater scrutiny of initial coin offerings to control risks. That's had an effect of bringing down the value of cryptocurrencies. Altogether, they were worth $800 billion about a year ago, down to $200 billion just last month. And that question about new EU regulation is causing some cryptocurrency investors to wonder what that will mean and giving some of them the jitters. Back in May 2010, first Bitcoin purchase, 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. Now, those 2 pizzas would have cost $64 million. Expensive slices, eh? Now, joining me from our studios in Salford is Oliver Carding, who's founder of Coin Journal. Where is he? Where is he? I can't find him. He's in one of my screens. There he is. Oliver, good to see you. Thanks very much for joining us. So, given the volatility we've seen, the big falls this week, just on a rumour that's since been denied as false, this underlines just how volatile and how dangerous an investment some people will see cryptocurrencies as even now.
Yeah, definitely. It's still a very volatile market. It's still a very immature market in some senses, in some ways. We do need regulation to make it a more mature market. It's undeniable.
And when they're looking at these possible regulations to tighten up the controls around it, the EU ministers, finance ministers meeting in Vienna, what do you think they need to do to get cryptocurrencies into the mainstream that they can then be used every day?
I personally, and a lot of other people share this opinion, that some regulation is needed within the industry. It's very important, though, that it doesn't stifle innovation in the same ways that the New York Bit License did. So we need an open dialogue with current regulatory groups. There's one in the UK called Crypto UK. They're doing a fantastic job. The regulators do need to kind of consult with these groups, with the experts. But ultimately, once we have regulation in, it will increase the flow of institutional money coming in. It will remove the stigma from Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies and allow businesses that do have good intentions and want to apply blockchain technology to solve problems to flourish. It will also get rid of the bad actors and, the people running ICOs that are scams, things like that.
Yeah, that said, though, isn't part of the appeal for some people that the currency is less tightly regulated? And actually, if stricter controls came in, could it potentially sound the death of these cryptocurrencies?
No. I honestly, obviously, there are still people who are interested in the kind of... sorry, I can't get my words out.
That's all right, don't worry. I mean, just give me your take on it personally.
Yes.
Do you think they've got a long-term future or not?
Yeah, definitely. And to answer your question before, there will be people who want to shy away from regulation and hide what they're doing online. There are people that are still interested in the anonymity of certain cryptocurrencies. I think that market will exist, but I think the larger four, your Bitcoins, your Ethereums, your Litecoins, they will flourish if they are regulated better, and companies that do have people's interests at heart and are trying to solve problems using this technology are allowed to do what they want to do.
Okay, Oliver, thanks very much for sharing your thoughts with us. Oliver Carding, founder of Coin Journal. We'll speak again soon. There's no need to be nervous on this programme. We're just having a chat. That's all we are. Anyway, the latest jobs figures are just out in the world's largest economy. They'll give the US president more ammunition to trumpet the success of his Make America Great Again policies. The US economy added 201,000 new jobs in August. That's well above expectations, while the unemployment rate held steady at 3.9%. Let's get more on this. Samir Hussain is at the New York Stock Exchange for us. Samir, interesting as well to note that wage growth is soaring, really, and that will be welcome news for those people in work.